like Oregon State length gives some teams defensive problems?
Absolutely. They've got four players who, really have done a good job for them. The Thompson brothers and Drew and Tinkle have just all done a good job. They take a lot of their shots. They've been very productive. And then the other guys play their roles very well. So it's a team that knows where to play to and knows where their strengths are and really plays to them.
You said Sunday you weren't sure your guys were ready to win a game like this. You feel like you've gotten the work in to get...
We've had a couple of decent days of practice. Been fighting some sickness, probably like everybody is this time of year. Guys missing practice, so we haven't had everybody here. But, it's time to play, and hopefully at 7 o'clock tomorrow night we'll be ready.
Roman, figure you'll have everybody available? Roman okay?
He practiced a little bit yesterday, but he's still not full go.
Anybody you could risk of not playing?
Paul's sick, VJ's sick. We'll see after practice today who's ready to go. So
defensively, where you see the Oregon State seems to be kind of making their mark the most in terms of
they did a nice job. With the zone against Colorado, they switched it up against Utah. They've been solid. They haven't given up a lot of easy baskets, and that's the basis of any good defense. Not giving up the easy ones. And at times our defense has been pretty good, and at times we've given up some baskets that you just can't give up and have a good defense.
Have you been a little surprised when taking note of their transition offense? They really hacked at Colorado when they were able to get the ball away from them.
Well, Colorado had 18 turnovers that led to easy baskets, and they really pushed it on turnovers. They do a good job. Their regular transition. And those four guys, like I mentioned, are really aggressive in transition. So, we're going to have to get back and get our defense put together.
When you look at them on film, do you see a team that's just playing with more confidence now that everyone's healthy from what they went through a year ago?
It was a tough year for them last year. I think they are playing much better than they did a year ago. Again, I think it all boils down to the core group that they have there that's playing so well, and the guys around them who have really adjusted to their roles.
Do you expect Peyton to get a lot of focus from defenses, just trying to disrupt him and get you guys into what you've been doing?
I don't know. Our balance has been pretty good. So I don't know what opposing coaches and teams look at us and say, but we got 4 or 5 guys, that have scored right around double figures, and we haven't got enough shots for Kenny. That's obvious. Shooting 76%, we haven't got him enough. So we definitely have to do a better job of distributing the ball and moving it around some.
See Boo growing into a role with this team?
I would hope so. His aggressiveness is good. He's making a lot of mistakes defensively, which we got to get cleaned up. But I do like his energy. I do like his aggressiveness, and we've got to figure out our rotation here before too long. And I'd sure like for him. And we've got a lot of guys that want to be part of that. They just got to do some more things in practice to separate themselves.
Can you carry that on and make it? Does it have to point in the year when you need to get it, or can you see a situation where some guy pops in for a weekend based on kind of how he's playing?
Oh, absolutely. No, we'll go the entire season this year.
Yeah.
With all the young guys and the new guys we have. And we've had guys miss games. Troy missed a game here. Paul missed a couple. Roman's been out a few. We've had guys in and out, and so there's nothing etched in stone. And we're halfway through the season, and I think there's a lot of movement still to come with a new group.
How much of a complicating factor is that? You talk so much about how much growth you guys need as a group and for guys individually, and then to have guys in and out.
Well, it'd have been real easy if guys would have separated themselves in practice and we'd have stayed healthy. That would have been much easier. But very rarely do you have that, and so it's always been a work in progress. You just kind of got to keep plugging along, and if you have the right guys and they keep working at it, you're usually okay. But we'll find out with this group. Every team's different, and At times I've been really disappointed with the team. I've let them know that, and other times I've been really excited, really pleased with the way they've played. So, but our consistency is not been good, and we can make a lot of excuses for that. But the bottom line is, we've played some good basketball at times, and we've played some really bad basketball at times. And if we're going to be successful here in the next 16 games, we're going to have to be a lot more consistent, a lot better at what we're doing.
We came out the last game really intensely on defense and offense, really focused on offense, and that seems to wane a little bit as the game goes on. But you think you can
I don't know.
Keep that?
You know, that's part of growth. That's part of a team coming together. But we did play a lot harder. That first 10, 15 minutes of the game. Being able to sustain that is something that's a big challenge for our team, and that's where leadership comes in, and hopefully some experience, and also a sense of urgency. Guys realizing we're halfway through the year, it's time for us to play better.
It's going to be a big test for Kenny with Eubanks. He's just as athletic and
absolutely
skilled.
No, and he's got 2 years of experience on him. So, Drew's a good player, really athletic. Has always given us problems, so be a tough matchup for us inside, no doubt.
How do you expect to maybe match up with Tinkley's inside-out guy?
Yeah, he is. He does a nice job, and he gets to the free throw line, and he's shooting better from the three, and able to get inside, outside. He is a tough matchup. He can score baskets.
How unique of a situation is it to have Troy, a freshman and kind of a perimeter guy, leading the team in rebounds, but also by a pretty wide margin?
He is a good rebounder. Some of it, is just natural instinct. Some of it is his playing time, but he definitely has given us a big boost there. And the one game he was out, Boise State, we really noticed the difference. Not getting the rebounding from that main position.
A lot of fresh faces on the face. Do you educate them on the rivalry with Oregon State, or are they pretty well aware of the rivalry?
Oh, you try to, and that's where our lack of experience, hurts us a little bit, to go over there and, understanding it is a little bit more intense, usually the crowds are a little bigger, and, so, hopefully they'll pick up on that pretty quick.
You guys brought out your press a little bit more last time. Do you feel like that's advancing? And they don't really have a true point guard. Is it kind of an opportunity here?
We haven't been very consistent with that. We talked about the consistency, and then that's one area we haven't been consistent with. I'd like to see us be a lot more aggressive there and do a lot better job.
A couple of times you pointed at them to get back. Are they not knowing that to press, or are you telling them to kind of get in different spots? Looks like a couple times in the press you're kind of pointing.
No, our awareness, the ball's ahead of us. We're not trying to catch it, and those are just real elementary facts of any press. If that ball's ahead of you, you better be moving to catch it, and we don't do a good job. So the urgency, the toughness it takes to press, at times we have not shown that, but we've got to do a much better job of catching the ball, when it's ahead of us.
Speaking of the press, I had a question, and maybe you can help me out. You get a guy trapped in the back court. 2 guys are on him. He's kind of in trouble. It's just not Oregon. I see a lot of teams, they leave a guy open for him to throw the ball or to pass the ball to, instead of putting a guy on him and making the interception. It seems like I grew up with the old UCLA press where you had a guy on that